All right, Scott, scale of 1 to 10, how surprised were you? Not politically, legally, the Hunter Biden deal fell apart?
It happens rarely, but it happens. And it's because the lawyers either weren't communicating or the way they wrote this deal up, trying to be overly transparent, raised other issues for the judge. Normally, this deal of deferred prosecution or deferred sentencing is between the defense and the prosecution, and the judge really has no say in it. The way this was written up, it raised questions, so that's a lawyer thing. But with this case, the reason this didn't happen today had very little to do with Hunter Biden, but more with the lawyering on both sides. And what the underlying piece to this is that what we challenged when we first heard about this plea deal. The defense lawyer said, this is it, because no defense lawyer worth his salt would plea his client out if there was an ongoing investigation into particular other matters, if you will. And you heard today confirmed by the prosecutor, chosen by Donald Trump, that the investigation continues. And what bothered the judge most is what I can glean is the fact that the original deal was going to free Biden from these charges and any other potential charges. And you can't do that. This isn't some civil agreement where you have a waiver, you have waiver language where whatever other claims and so forth and so on. And so that's bothersome. Now, the law firm has got to also answer as to whether they tried to manipulate what was filed by the GOP congressman. That's a whole other issue. But both sides should have done a better job of choreographing this, because there was no other case going on in this world right now but this case, at least vis-a-vis the media coverage.
I'm trying to hold May back from jumping in with my eyes, but it's not working.
Right, if you say that this is bad lawyering,
it was
the
bad
lawyer
lawyering
on one side
sides.
is the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
It's not some
They're
private
imperfect.
lawyer.
They're
and so
imperfect.
here is the problem with this deal, is that there was a written portion of the deal that Republicans already said was a sweetheart deal. But we are finding out now that there was an unwritten agreement that is actually unprecedented, as you said, to cancel the rest of the criminal investigations. What are those criminal investigations? And that is what brings in Joe Biden. This is why it's not 100.
Well, no. The other issues that are being investigated is the Foreign Lobbying Act that he may or may not have violated. That doesn't get to Biden. You just want to connect his son to him in order for political purposes. But this is this young man's life who has overcome a drug problem, and that's the reason he's before the criminal justice system. This is a health issue, though. You know, I don't get into the ageism, because age, I don't think you can discriminate against anybody that is older. What I get into is whether they can do the job and whether their health is a mental acuity, and whether their health is an impediment. And in that today, that was a health impediment to him communicating with the public in a very important position. Well, if you saw that with Biden, right? If Biden wasn't functioning like that, and I'm not doing a political comparison, if he wasn't, I would join Republicans in saying we got to do something about this. But it's not age, it's health and their ability to perform.
But there
and
is
that ought to be the only standard.
You know what's
that ought to be
fascinating?
the only standard.